Hey, it's Ruby. Welcome back to my channel and to another episode of Bookshelf Ultimatum. I feel like we haven't done this in a while. I actually don't remember the last time that we filmed one of these, so I think it's time. So I have a huge jar full of every single book on my physical TBR, and I'm pretty good about reading the books on my shelves, but I also use Everend, Libby, Kindle Unlimited, and read a ton of books that aren't on my shelves, new releases, stuff like that. But this is a really cool way to do it because it forces me to read the books solely on my physical TBR, and then I don't really have to make a decision because whatever we pick, and I've got to read it. So yeah, the rules. Basically, if I DNF a book this week, I have to unhaul it because why would I keep something that I didn't even want to finish? And the second rule is if I rate something lower than 3 stars, I have to unhaul it, with the exception of if it's part of a series, just because one of the books didn't hit doesn't mean that they're all bad. So there's that exception, but let's just get into it. Let's see what we start off with. I don't know how many books we're gonna read this week, but could be 3, could be 7. I don't know. It depends how fast I read. I don't really have much going on other than like I have to go pick up a prescription and get groceries, and that's it. Like those are the plans for the week. So I think there's a possibility we can get through a good bunch of books. Here is the jar. I know it's ridiculous. I know it's huge, but the reason that I have let me get rid of this lid. The reason I have such a big jar is because I really wanted to make these little wooden books. And I don't know, I just think it's cuter than like little papers. I already have like my TBR prompt jar with the little papers, so I just think this is cute. Let's just choose our first one. I always get super nervous because there are a lot of books that I'm dreading. The Hotel Nantucket, I just read that, so not that one. But I did like it. Gave it 4.25 stars. I definitely recommend it. I thought it was definitely appropriate for the summer. Let's go with this. Oh, shoot. I dropped it. This one, Bear Town. Wow. Definitely a book I've been avoiding because I know that the subject matter is heavy. First of all, let's get it. It's literally right here because this is where I keep my lit fic, thrillers, mysteries, and clear the cart books. Another video that I haven't filmed in a while, clear the cart. Bear Town. We have one of these permanent stickers on here that says now an HBO series, which I didn't know. But yeah, I know that this is heavy because a girl is essentially sexually assaulted by, I think, like members of the hockey team, but like hockey is huge for this town, and so people start like turning a blind eye to the incredibly like egregious situation. So yeah, I'm not an emotional person, so I'm not thinking I'm gonna be like crying or anything, but heavy reads still hit me. Like I still have feelings. I just don't like outwardly project my emotions, but I'm a little nervous about it. I hope that I love it. It's gonna be my first Frederick Bachman book, so I'm excited. Let's start Bear Town. So it's been well over a month since I filmed that intro clip, which is crazy, but what happened was that I filmed the intro clip and then like things got crazy. I had to prep to go to Texas. Then we were just supposed to go for a week. We ended up staying for half the month, for half of May. It was insane. Like I just got back, and let me show you the state of things right now. Look at this mess. I just filmed a book haul, so we have all that to put away, and then look at this mess because Simon & Schuster sent over like 9 books, but they were all individually packaged. So there are still those books up there that need to be put away, which you already saw the haul. And then look at this. Look at this. Butters can barely like fit in here. The living room is, that's a couch. That's a couch right there. And then there's like random stuff. My husband's desk is a mess. There's another IKEA Billy bookshelf back there. It's just a mess, huh, baby? Help me. So I need to clean up. I need to put things away. Obviously, that's just staying like that for like another month and a half. Yeah. Yeah, I know it's bad, and I'm still sitting in the trash. I have yet to pick it up, but I will be picking it up. But I had to film because I haven't filmed in like a month, and I missed 2 weeks of posting, which I hate because I'm really consistent with at least posting every single week, and it pissed me off that I couldn't do it. But yeah, Texas was intense. Like, we had gone initially because of passports. We had passport appointments, and we had my little brother's graduation. He graduated from college with his bachelor's, although he's starting his master's in the fall, so he's still gonna be in school. But yeah, once we were there, just things started happening. There were so many issues with like our truck, like, not with the truck because the truck's new, but they had owed us like to spray the like bed liner, and there were scheduling issues with that. Like, it was horrific to try and schedule that. And then there was other things going on with my husband's family that just sucked, and all around so stressful. I'm so happy to be home, but I am really happy that I got to see my family and hang out with them, with my brother especially. He might be coming in the summer. I don't know at this point if he is or not, but I hope he does because it'll be fun to have him here. But not in this state, girl. We'll see what happens with that. Anyway, Beartown. You will be seeing like a new jar because I've already redone the Bookshelf Ultimatum jar. Because that one, like, the little covers are cool, but it's just huge. And with all these books that are getting hauled, like, I had to go back to the papers. But we'll get there when we get there. There's a lot to do this week, so it should be a fun reading vlog. Beartown. I feel like everybody knows what this is about, but if you don't, I'll give you kind of like the premise. So in this, we follow essentially a whole town, Beartown, and it's a little town in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the woods. It's very cold, very wintry, and they love hockey. They live for hockey, and they have like different teams. They have the little like the little kid team, I forgot what they call it, and then they have the junior league team, and then they have the A team, which are like the older people. And this year everybody's so excited because the junior league team, which I feel like they're like 15 to 18-year-olds, they are really good, and they are like set to play in the semifinal of like the championships. And these people are so excited as a town because they love hockey, they love their kids, and also if they're successful, like, this creates revenue and like prosperity for the town. Such a little town, it puts them on the map, you know. Maybe there will be sponsorships and more money coming in here because most people here live in like, they don't like, I guess there's like everything, but a lot of people work like at factories, I think, and like it's just a small town, right? So they have hopes and dreams for many different reasons on this hockey team. And at the beginning of the book, you spend the first 40% just getting to know the town, and you end up feeling like you're a part of the town. And you really do. You meet everybody. You even meet, like, there are some people that get a chapter, but you feel like you know who they are. And that is insane. This man is an amazing author, and I'm so mad that I did not pick this up sooner, because everybody and their mom has said how an amazing an author Frederick Bachman is, and I should believe them because wow. So yeah, that happens in the first 40%, and then an incident happens. We get the semifinal. They play the semifinal, and then something happens. It just tears the town apart, I'm assuming, because where I'm at right now, at this point, I am barely going to be seeing how the town reacts to the tragic event. And I just think it's going to be so interesting because you spend so much time with these people and learning about these people and who they are at their core, and like what they love and what they believe in and what they support. And now you are going to see how things go down. And the writing is beautiful, man. I marked this spot, but I don't know if I want to read it to you. It starts off with one sentence here, and it ends with the exact same sentence. And it just like really, the way that he writes things is amazing. It says, words are small things. No one means any harm by them. They keep saying that. Everyone is just doing their job. The police say it all the time. I'm just doing my job here. That's why nobody asked what the boy did. As soon as the girl starts to talk, they interrupt her instead with questions about what she did. Did she go up the stairs ahead of him or behind him? Did she lie down on the bed voluntarily or was she forced? Did she unbutton her own blouse? Did she kiss him? No. Did she kiss him back then? Had she been drinking alcohol? Had she smoked marijuana? Did she say no? Was she clear about that? Did she scream loudly enough? Did she struggle hard enough? Why didn't she take photographs of her bruises right away? Why did she run from the party instead of saying anything to the other guests? They have to gather all the information, they say, when they ask the same question 10 times in different ways in order to see if she changes her answer. This is a serious allegation, they remind her, as if it's the allegation that's the problem. She's told all the things she shouldn't have done. She shouldn't have waited so long before going to the police. She shouldn't have gotten rid of the clothes she was wearing. Shouldn't have showered. Shouldn't have drunk alcohol. Shouldn't have put herself in that situation. Shouldn't have gone into the room, up the stairs, giving him the impression. If only she hadn't existed, then none of this would have happened. Why didn't she think of that? She's 15, above the age of consent, and he's 17, but he's still the boy in every conversation. She's the young woman. Words are not small things. Like, it is so good. Damn. Based on that, I'm sure you can guess what the tragic event was, but you don't know who, you don't know when, you don't know how. Yeah, it's good. Let's finish it. Before I finish Beartown, I want to fill out my reading journal because I did make a couple changes. I added this post-it to put the different spreads that I want to do. Books bought, books received, arcs, shopping list. I want to kind of separate that. I haven't filled this out since I went to Texas. I haven't touched my reading journal. The only thing that I have done is this bit, like where I put my thoughts and all that, which I'm not going to show you because sometimes I do put spoilery thoughts and I don't want to spoil anything for you. But let's go ahead and fill these in. So I know, okay, the last one I did here was Guild. So I'm going to check this and fill that part out. So I think that's that done. I didn't fully color this one in because I haven't read Hyper Thief. I'm not there yet, but I'm counting this as just one book. That's why it's only half done. So we're done with that. And then this one, obviously, I kept up with it. I actually didn't. I just filled it in. So I've read 80 books so far. So I need 2 more stickers here. And I mean, I'm almost done with Beartown, but I'll just hold off on that. So 79 and 80. There we go. And that's that. And then I did not have any 5 stars, but I do have my favorite book of May. So we can go ahead and put that one down. And I told you that May wasn't a great reading month for me. So I didn't have any 5 stars. So I'm just going to have to choose the best one, which for me was It's a Love Story by Annabelle Monaghan. I actually really like this one. So there's that. But it's a bummer because all of these are either 5 star or 6 star and not that one. But whatever. Now the stats. I do need to fill this out and this out. I didn't do either. So I think we're going to like speed through that because it's going to take a minute. There we go. I'm all caught up. And I've said it before, but I always have a ton of audios because if ever I do the audiobook, like at any point, whether it's immersive reading or whatever, I just count it as audio. I could have another section that said immersive where I do like physical and audio or ebook and audio, but I just don't care that much. It's mainly for this that I do this spread, and I love this one. So there's that. I don't think I read any of these. No, I don't think so. I did fill out I for It's a Love Story by Annabelle Monaghan. And now I just need Q, U, X, Y, Z. I checked my TBR books before I did my haul. And I have books with U and Y, but not Q, X, and Z. So if you have any recommendations of good books with Q, X, and Z, let me know. And not Quicksilver, because I do get that suggested quite a bit, but I've already read that one. Then book of the month for June, we can add that one because The club did already vote for Shield of Sparrow. What is it called? Shield of Sparrows, I think is what it's called. Good enough. And I have already started that, but I haven't finished it. For this, did I read anything from here? Oh yeah, I did. I finished. Oh, that's green, not teal. I finished The Stone Sky, so I'm now done with the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. I didn't love it. Sad, but didn't love that. And then here I could add A Faked in Thin Blood. What is that called? That series is called Saga of the Unfated, so we're gonna add that one. Saga of the Unfated. And the first book was A Fate Inked in Blood. And the second one is, what is it called? Oh yeah, it's A Curse Carved in Bone. A Curse Carved in Bone. Pretty sloppy, but good enough. And I did already read the first one. Just need to read the second one. So that's that caught up. I haven't read anything else here, right? No. Which I'm almost done with this one. All right. Here we have a tragedy. I DNF'd the Legendborn cycle. I'm not going to be finishing that. I'm just going to spoil it for myself because I don't like it. I'm getting a little bored with it, unfortunately. So there's that. And then here I did change this. I now have 2025 e-arcs, and I pulled up some that I got sent physically. I did put 2 books that I want to buy, so that's fine. And then here I do need to update this, which I put all these away. Damn, I shouldn't have put them away. I didn't actually write them down. So I'll fill this in later because I do have to add 9 books that I received and the publishing dates so that I can try to read them before they come out. But that is it for the reading journal. We're all caught up. So now I'm going to go ahead and finish Bear Town. The adults in this town, I swear, some of these kids are way smarter than some of these stupid adults. Like, some of them are pissing me off. Like, Butters is like, what's wrong with you? Go play toys. No, there's no way she's actually gonna do it. I really like how it like cuts from one scene to the next, like different POV, and it's like some of them are just a chapter long, but it's enough. I love that because it feels like the pacing is so fast, because it kind of is. And even though this isn't a short book by any means, like, the page was utilized, the font is small, but it just reads so quickly. Or maybe it's just that the story's so good and I'm so into it. But oh, there's Butters, he's playing. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Sorry, I didn't see that incident. No, we didn't. We didn't see a thing. That's oh my goodness, that was so good. 5 stars. 5 stars. Wow. It is like 6:30. That was so good, you guys. Wow. So yeah, Frederick, I know, is from, I don't know, where is he from? I know he's from Sweden. So I'm assuming this is where the book takes place, because they make a comment that they could play professionally and go to North America. So it is also a translated book, which, by the way, does it say who translated this? It doesn't. Amazing job. Amazing job. I can only imagine how good the original is, but it was so good. I mean, I don't know what the next one's about. There's 3 books in this series. I don't know if they're interconnected or they are a continuation because seemingly we get to know what happens with a lot of these people. They tell us in 10 years time blah blah blah, in 10 years time blah blah blah, but nothing. I mean, not that it's not set in stone, but there's still more story. I just don't know if they're going to continue this. This would be like perfect as a standalone also. So yeah, it was so good, and I cannot wait to read the next one. I'm gonna look up and see what it's about, but damn, it was good. It really, really was. I definitely recommend it. I can see now what everybody was saying, and you guys were right. You were right. Amazing, impactful, emotional. But yeah, let's just choose our next read, because I am reading Shield of Sparrows by Devaney Perry, since that's my book club's book of the month that they chose. But I can probably start a next one also. I told you that I switched back to the jar because the other one was just too big and I have too many books on my physical TBR. So a little recap. Blue papers are fantasy and sci-fi. Pink is romantasy. Yellow is romance. Orange are historical fiction, literary fiction, and magical realism now, because now we have a couple of those. And then green, thrillers, mysteries, horrors. We really didn't have any, but after that book haul from Simon and Schuster, I got a lot of them. So we're just gonna choose at random and see what we pick. Let's see. It's a pink one, which is romantasy, and it says A Curse Carved in Bone by Daniel L. Jensen. I actually just bought this, which is crazy because I was digging in there. This is book 2 and the conclusion to a duology. So we're going to go ahead and read this one and see how that goes, because A Fakington Blood was really good in the beginning, and then the end kind of got sloppy, but we're going to see how it ends. I love that this is a duology. I love duologies. So we're going to go ahead and start this one and see how it goes. It's a couple of days later. I think the last time we talked was Thursday, and it is now Tuesday, but we took some time to look at apartments because I told you guys we have to move by mid-July. We found one. I hope it works out. I mean, based on like credit and like income and all that, it should work out, but you never know. Knock on wood that everything goes all right. And we put the move-in date for the end of June, which means we would have double rent for half a month. But my husband did the numbers and he says it's fine, so we'll see. But yeah, hopefully that works out, and that would give me half a month to move, which would be amazing because we could take our time and just like get a truck and move the big things, and then we could just do things ourselves instead of hiring movers. So we'll see. We'll see. But I do have an update of A Curse Carved in Bone, and then I did get some book mail over these past couple of days that I want to share with you. I have a package out for delivery for a book that I ordered from someone on Book Outlet, but I'll just show you tomorrow when it gets here. But yeah, we'll go through these. But anyway, let's do the update first, in case you're wondering. A Curse Carved in Bone, I'm on page 209, chapter 29, and I'm a little bit, like, just a teeny bit, basically halfway. This does pick up right where book 1 left off. And book 1, if you're not familiar with it, did I talk about it? I don't know. But if you're not familiar with it, we follow Freya, who is just a regular girl living in a little village, and we learn immediately that she has a drop of like God's blood. She is gifted. There are some people in this world that are gifted with God's blood, and they have special abilities depending on whose blood is they have within them. And this is based around Norse mythology, which I think is really interesting. So the gods like Odin, Thor, Freya, Lean, a bunch of them, right? Hel. And so our girl is a shield maiden, and I'm not going to tell you what a shield maiden is. You'll have to read it to figure it out. But yeah, she's a shield maiden, and at the beginning of the book, this king, essentially, he's a jarl, a leader. He comes and takes her away because he wants her. And so that's where our story takes off. There's a ton that happens. There's definitely war and politicking, but there's also a romance. And for the first book, the first half of the book, I really liked. I was like so into it. Then the last half of the book got a little messy, but I was very curious where it was gonna go. So I did pick up the second book. One, because it's gorgeous. and two, because I am curious, and it's just a duology. So if I don't love it, it was just 2 books, no big deal. But so far, it's okay. I'm liking it. It picks up right where we left off, and we're seeing, you know, the planning right now. All of this has just been planning and not so much action. So it's been a little slow, but I wouldn't say it's been boring. It's just been slow. I haven't like been like, damn, this is really like, I'm struggling to read this. No. We're getting like more info and revelations, especially like of the magic and how things work. So it's not boring, it's just slower paced. But at this point, at the midway mark, the plan has been made. And I feel like now this should be like crazy. And I'm hoping that it's gonna like go off and like it's gonna be really good. And that I'll like it. If it does happen, I'll give it 4 stars. It's not gonna be a 5-star for sure. And if it doesn't happen, you know, we'll figure it out when we get there. But that is my little update on A Curse Carved in Bone. Let's look at some packages. I already opened the Atria ones that they sent. They sent me 1, 2, 3, 4 more packages, which I told you when I did the haul that I wasn't sure if they were gonna send me some other books. They did. So let me show you. First off, these were the ones that I was the most excited about because I thought I was gonna sneeze. I'm good. I'm allergic to like the whole world. But yeah, now I know that it was in fact Atria, and it makes sense. Most of those books were Atria, but Simon & Schuster obviously sent them over because they own Atria. But I got books 1 and 2 in the Kindred Curse saga, and they're so pretty. So this is the first one, Spark of the Everflame. It's gorgeous. I love these like sprayed edges. And then we have book 2, Glow of the Everflame, which this is where I'm at because we did read this one in the book club. And you can still access like the reading vlog and all that through the book club. You can go back to some like previous months, but we read this one and I loved it. I gave it 5 stars, even though it was a setup book. So I'm so excited for this one. And yeah, now I have this beautiful edition. And the third one is not out yet in paperback with the sprayed edges, but hopefully when it does come out, I don't know if Atria will still, I'll still be on their radar, but if so, I hope they do send it over. And if not, then I'll just purchase it myself, obviously, because I very much am a fan of this series. It's really good. Like a lot of people get annoyed by the FMC, but I've only read the first book. She was annoying, but she didn't like really get to me. So I don't understand the hate yet, but maybe in Glow, she's gonna pick it up. I don't know. And then I got this one, which this one seems like maybe a romance. It's called Far and Away. Perfect strangers, Greta and Lucy have agreed to a house swap, and boy are they going to regret it. Lucy's hometown is in Dallas, and then Greta, it looks like she's German. Yeah, Berlin. So one lives in Dallas, one lives in Berlin. So I mean, not a romance. I'm thinking, or who knows, we'll see. I love that it has Texas in it because I know Texas. I'm from Texas. And it says, Otto is winning over colleagues, swimming laps in the backyard pool and rooting for the Rangers, while Lucy's husband is doing a 6-month stretch out west, either in a NASA biosphere or in jail. Wow, depending on who you ask. Meanwhile, Greta's daughter. So I'm guessing it's like about families. These families are about to learn that you can never really outrun your problems or your heart. So I'm here for that. I think the cover is so cute. And then this is the other one that we got. This is an ARC. It comes out November 4th. Town and Country by Brian Schaefer. This cover is really cool. I really like it. It's giving me, what is that show called? Where I've never seen it, but I know what it's about. I can't remember what it's called, but where like the wives are like, the men are controlling the wives like have no clue that they're in like this fake world. I don't know, but you know what I mean? It kind of feels like old-timey, old vibey. Anyway, it says it's a debut novel set in a small rural town amid a congressional race that forces the candidates, their families, and a clique of gay second homeowners to confront lies, betrayals, and shifting allegiances. So I don't want to read the whole thing, but it's small town, And we have like religion coming into play. We have okay, so it seems like it says Diane Riley, Chip's wife, is a religiously devout real estate agent. And then over here it says, meanwhile, Stan Banks uses the race to give purpose to the pain of losing a loved one to AIDS, even as he begins to doubt Paul's readiness for office. So, literary fiction. I'm interested. That's why I said yes to these. And then for my Barnes package, this is a pre-order, and this was strictly a cover by, oh, it was this one. It was this one. And then I pre-ordered Crescent City #3 in paperback. I have yet to start that series, but I will be reading it. And then I think I had pre-ordered Claiming 10 or Chloe Walsh's new book, but I canceled it because people scared me saying it was traumatic. I probably will still pick it up, but when I'm closer to it, right now I'm on book 3, so I need to read book 3, 4, and 5 before I can even get to that one. So I canceled it, and I was like, girl, you gotta read these books first. But this was a cover buy. I had to do it, and I regret nothing. And even if it sucks, I still do not regret it, because look at this. This is one of the most beautiful books that I have gotten this year or ever. It's so stunning. And the fact that this is just like the first edition book cover, it's not a special edition. It's stunning. It's called A Forgery of Fate by Elizabeth Lim. And look at it. Look at it. It's got the gold gilded edges. It is so stunningly beautiful. The foiling. When I saw this, even the like spine, they did amazing. I was like, I need it. I don't know what it's about. Which is so bad. A girl who paints the future, a cursed dragon lord, bound by love and deception. They will bring down the gods. I mean, all that sounds amazing. It takes a skilled liar to paint the monstrous truth. Let's see. The end papers are blue. You all know, I've said it so many times, I love a blue book. A blue book is sexy. A blue book is everything to me. And then it has the dragon right here. I just love blue books so much. So I had to get this. It was not a want. It was a need. But anyway, I'm gonna continue on reading. I unhauled 2 like big bags full of stuff. I routinely unhaul things. I detest clutter. I like everything to have a place, and that excites me because like the next apartment, well, hopefully the one that we're gonna get, has so many closets. The bedroom has 2 separate closets, like literally separate, like one a his and hers situation, but they're like on opposite ends of the room, not together, so that's nice. And then there's like a closet in the hallway. There's a closet in the entrance. Like I think there's like 4 or 5 closets, and that makes me so happy because that means I can have everything like organized and categorized and in their own separate boxes. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to move. Like moving in, I love. Moving out, I hate. So we'll see. But I'm hoping that because this place is so small, it won't be so overwhelming, the move. And we have 2 weeks. Anyway, let's wrap that one up so that we can choose our 3rd and final book. But yeah, so far so good. A Curse Carved in Bone. I finished it today and I thought it was good. I checked what I rated the first book and I rated it like a 3.5. And I think I like this one a little bit more, but I don't know if I want to give it a 3.75 because I was seeing last week I finished my first book of the month, which was Shield of Sparrows by Devney Perry. This was my book club book. And I gave this one 3.75 stars and I did enjoy it more than this one. So I'm thinking I'm going to give this one 3.5 stars, but I did like it. I didn't love it. I thought it was good. I'm glad it was just a duology and like my curiosity was sated. So I'm good with it. But yeah, definitely not like a favorite duology. I still do want to read The Bridge Kingdom. I have the first 2 books and I know that that's like 6 books, but it's like a little duology. So hopefully I like that one better than this one, but it wasn't bad. I do think that it was good, just not great, you know? And as I was reading that one, I was also reading this one, which this is A Thorn in Every Heart by Kate King. And I'm almost done with it. This one says it's like a Beauty and the Beast meets Anastasia retelling, and it is, but the girl that we follow, her name's Alex, and she's Belle's granddaughter. There are fairies. It's incredibly smutty. Like by chapter 3, there was spice, and yeah, there is a lot of spice throughout. Definitely more romantasy than fantasy romance. The romance definitely takes over the book, but I like it. I think it's like really like guilty pleasure type of read, like goofy silly type of read, but fun. And it reminds me of Akatar because the guy, he is a fairy and he has wings and he's like snarky and he's very like Reese coded, but I'm liking it so far. I have the bookmark and it has the couple on it, which they are gorgeous. And book 2 is coming out soon. It is a Little Mermaid. It says Little Mermaid meets The Princess Bride. So never seen or read, I don't know, The Princess Bride. But yeah, I think I'll be picking it up because that character, we meet her in here and I really like her. So yeah, I'll tell you how this goes tomorrow. But for now, I think we're going to pick a new book. I did get book mail. I haven't opened it, but I told you what it was from Pango. It's this one, and it's because I follow someone on TikTok and I love her, and unfortunately I can't think of her name. But I really, really like her, and she read the first book, 5 Broken Blades, and she really liked it, and then she read this one and she really liked it too, and I know the third one's coming out. So yeah, I got it off of Pango, so we'll see how this goes. But I really trust her, and I feel like our reading taste is very similar. It kind of lines up. So yeah, let's choose our third and final book of the reading vlog to just try and like take my mind off of things, because I feel like I need that. Yeah, I don't know if I told you, but we got approved for, you know how yesterday I told you we applied to the apartment. Today we got notified we got approved, but it's gonna be like a lot more expensive than we thought initially, but we'll see. I'm gonna talk to my husband when he gets home, and I'm trying to just not panic, because that's how I got into this mess. I'm hoping that that's what it was and nothing more serious, but I mean, yeah. So Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. That is our next pick, which I have read Malibu Rising, and Carrie comes out in that. So yeah, she seems like she is a train wreck. She is messy, and she is, so we'll see how that one goes. It's tennis focused, and I played tennis all throughout, well, like since I was 13. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and start that one and see how it goes. Good morning. It's a new day. Butters and I are sitting outside just enjoying the day because it's so nice. It's like cool. It's not hot. It's not cold. It's just perfect. And I thought I'd sit out here for a bit and read some of my book. So I do have an update on Carrie Soto is Back. I'm not quite halfway, but I've read a good amount. I think for sure I'll finish this today because it's reading really fast, and I have the audiobook, so I'm able to switch back and forth between that. But yeah, I've really been enjoying it so far. I think if you're a tennis lover, it definitely will help your enjoyment of the book because there is quite a bit of tennis in it. I don't think that you necessarily have to be a tennis player to enjoy the book, but I think if you are, you just get it a little bit more, you know what I mean? I am liking it. I'm liking Carrie. We do visit the whole like thing with, well, I don't want to spoil it, but what happened in Malibu Rising, we see it, but it's like honestly, it's just mentioned and then we move on. So it's not like a big huge thing in here. It's just mentioned. You get like the whole thing play out in Malibu Rising. So if you haven't read Malibu Rising, then reading this really isn't gonna, like, you're not gonna be like, ooh, I missed out. But if you do read Malibu Rising before this, you'll be like, oh my, okay, I know exactly what they're talking about. I saw that whole thing play out. So yeah, there's that. But now I'm probably gonna switch to the audiobook for a little bit. I'm trying to hold up the tripod, and yeah, I'm gonna create this little guy because my brother got this for me a while back. I don't know if it was for like a Christmas or my birthday or something, but I'm gonna make it. It's obviously gonna be really easy and quick to do it, and then I'll probably head back inside and keep reading and hopefully finish the book and update you once I'm done. It is 6 p.m. or 5:58, and I have literally just finished Carrie Soto is Back, and wow, I freaking love this book so much. It's definitely my favorite Taylor Jenkins Reid book that I've read so far. I've read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, Malibu Rising, and now this one, and I loved it so much. I'm giving it 5 stars, but I do think that if I wasn't a lover of tennis, then I might not love it as much because it was very tennis centric, very tennis heavy. And I just felt like the thrill and the rush of playing a match, just remembering what it felt like to compete. I loved it so much. And I love Carrie. And I feel like I am very much like Carrie. She's very flawed. She has a ton of really bad traits. She's very quick to anger. And I feel like I am Carrie, which might not be the best thing to admit to, but I too am like her. I'm not a calm, sweet, fragile lady. So yeah, I really, really liked her as a character. I loved her relationship with her dad, who was also her coach. And yeah, I don't even know if I told you what it was about, but we just follow Carrie as she comes out of retirement to try and reclaim her record, because there is someone that has just broken her record and she is not okay with that. And I love the journey she takes. It's not just about the tennis, but also about Carrie herself and learning how to trust and how to change a little bit, because sometimes you do have to change, and that's something that I've learned throughout the years. You definitely have to tone it down sometimes. You definitely have to move on sometimes. And I love every single minute of this. 5 stars. So I'm really, really happy about it. So let's recap the week, or this video. We started off with our first bookshelf ultimatum pick, Beartown. Love this. Gave it 5 stars. This was such a good bookshelf ultimatum video. I think the last one we had was in February, which is crazy. But yeah, so we read that one and I loved it. And then in between, I was reading Shield of Sparrows by Daphne Perry for my book club. I really enjoyed this one. Gave it 3.75 stars. a romantasy, and I felt like both the romance and fantasy elements were pretty on par, pretty equal in this one. I will continue on with the rest of the series because I did like it. Then our second bookshelf ultimatum pick, A Curse Carved in Bone by Danielle Jensen. I liked it. I didn't love it though. This was definitely probably my least favorite from all the books that I read in this video. It was good. It was just okay, you know? I definitely did prefer it over the first one slightly, but all in all, I wouldn't say that I'm in love with this duology. My favorite thing about this was the Norse mythology and seeing the gods and just being in that, because it's not something that I ever really read, or I don't think I've ever read anything with Norse mythology. It's usually Greek for me. I am a lover of Greek mythology, so this was a little different for me, and I appreciate that for what that gave me. I think I gave that one 3.5 stars. And then, where's the other book? Oh, here it is. Then I finished A Thorn in Every Heart by Kate King, which was Beauty and the Beast meets Anastasia reimagining. It's more the Beauty and the Beast, in my opinion. But I really like this. We have Faye. It is spicy and smutty. You do have like a hookup in chapter 3, but it kind of made sense why that happened. And yeah, it's a spicy romantasy, more romance than fantasy, definitely romance centric, but this is a standalone, so you can just read this and be done with the whole story. And I really liked it. I thought it was fun. Was it like the greatest written book ever? No, but I really enjoyed it. I flew through it, and you do meet the couple that's gonna come on in book 2 in this one, but like it's not a, you don't have to read book 2. This is definitely like can stand as a standalone for sure, but I will be reading the next book, which is A Little Mermaid and Princess Bride reimagining. So I ended up giving that one 4.25 stars. I really enjoyed it. And then we finished with our last bookshelf ultimatum pick. Taylor Jenkins Reid's Carrie Soto is back. I love this. As a lover of tennis, I figured that I would like this, but I didn't think that I would love this. But Carrie Soto, I really, really liked as a main character. And yeah, this was such a good bookshelf ultimatum week. So I'm happy to have done one. Next up, probably tomorrow, I'm going to start filming Will I DNF, because I have a ton of books that came up on Libby. I was like just going through my shelves, putting the ones that I'm like iffy about, and I have like 10 holds that just came up. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for today's episode of Bookshelf Ultimatum. As always, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, turn on those post notifications, and I'll see you next week with another one. Bye.